Hi everyone, it's JoJo from Mojo Jojo Plans, and today we are back with my series. I haven't done this one in a little while, but I wanted to see how my sticker books fit into different types of planners because my sticker books are mainly sized for happy planner planners, but that doesn't mean that you can't use them all throughout whatever planner, whatever notebook, whatever you're using for your planner life. This is just kind of showing how they fit. So I have several other videos going through several other planners. We did all the happy planners, and I did how you could see all of the sizes that fit in all the planners. We've done Erin Condren. We've done some other planners. So definitely go check those out. I will have them all linked in the description below, so that way you can kind of see the rest of these videos. I haven't done one in a while, but one of my patrons said she uses a Hobonichi and said she really liked how many stickers would fit in there. So we got one. We're going to test it out so we can see. I found this one on Amazon. Of course, I looked for one that I just liked the style of. So we're going to try this out, and who knows, maybe I will start using this even more because I do really like this size. I like this for definitely a bag or something, but this one's just really pretty. Look at this cover. It's so pretty. Okay, so this is what it looks like inside. I've never used one, so I don't even know. Okay. Of course, so we have the monthly section. What else do we have? Okay, so then we kind of have this layout. So we're going to kind of just see what the stickers look like in here, and we're going to focus mainly on mini, mainly because I know classic size, big size are going to be really too big. I mean, I think those still work, and maybe we can still go ahead and play with those. I don't know what any of these are. Is this a little pocket? It comes with a little pocket that you can stick. Ooh, and it came with a sticker. And then this is a little bookmark thing. No, I haven't even opened this. I've had it probably for at least a month, and I haven't even opened it. So this is pretty cool. So maybe we'll test out some of the other sizes too, but I really want to focus on the mini because I think that's what's going to be the best fit, and then we can kind of just play around with some of the other stickers just to see. So this is what this is looking like, and let me actually grab mini black boxes because this one does have monthly size stickers in it. So we will grab that one as well. But I wanted to show off mini vertical pastel because it does release tomorrow. So it's definitely a great time to kind of show that one off and just show the versatility of smaller stickers, especially if you're loving using a smaller planner. So I just figured this would be a great way to kind of show you. So first, though, let me show you just black since we're on the monthly, and I know that this one has monthly stickers in it. Again, these are intended and sized for a mini happy planner. However, that doesn't mean you can't use them in other places. So let's just see how this compares. So this is the little monthly box sticker. It does look like it's a little bit too big. It's a little too big, and that's okay. This is why we're doing this test. I'm doing this test so that way you don't have to do the test. So they are too big. I'm not going to lay it down because it is too long. But if you just cut this little part off, then it would probably be perfect, honestly. And then you'd have to cut the width a little bit. So they are a little bit too long and wide. So that's good to know. Okay, I just wanted to look at that one because that one was the one I was curious about. Okay, let's go to the first section. And let's see here. Where is it at? Okay, there we go. First section. We're in November of 2024, which is gone and past, so we can play with our stickers in here. So let's look at, I'm going to go to the gradient boxes just because they're really pretty. And they're fun colors. Okay, so let's start with our first size. So here's the first size. It's the teeniest, tiniest size. These ones are going to fit great in this section for sure. So that's kind of what those are looking like. Oh, and I just lost my page. And then let's go up to the next size. I'm losing my pages all over. So we can see, so there's actually still plenty of room to fit that directly underneath. And we can fit that in there really well. And then we'll go up to the third size 3, so we can kind of see in between these two lines. It's hard to because this paper is really thin. How do people deal with super thin paper? I don't know if I could do it. I'm going to stick this old sticker sheet behind so it's not shadowing through as much. Okay, so that's the third size. And the fourth size is the square, which I think is going to be too tall. So that's the square. But these sizes fit perfectly. So if you're ever wanting to draw attention to specific things, I feel like those ones fit really, really well in those. So those are the smaller sizes. Let's take a look at some of the bigger sizes. Let's see. So these ones, again, they're going to be too tall for the lines that are in here. But if you have bigger handwriting, that's not necessarily a bad thing. And if you're okay with layering, again, not a bad thing. And then you also get this graph line area moment on this other side. So it's like, then you could kind of do whatever you want. I can't get over with how thin. This paper is so thin. Aren't these kind of pricey? I don't even remember how much this was, to be honest with you, because I got it and I don't remember. This is the triple long. Oh, that actually fits really well. It's like less than a centimeter too short, but other than that, that actually fits really, really well in there. So that's good to know. So these are the vertical boxes. I also pulled out dashboard, but I mean, dashboard doesn't have really any other different sizes other than the fact that they're bigger. And then the mini black doesn't either. Like they're all kind of in the same realm as far as size for mini. So that's kind of how mini's looking, but they are really good. Like these 3 smaller sizes are perfect to fit inside these boxes in here. And I know if you turn them, they're going to end up being like this square and then they're just going to be a little bit too tall. But this one does fit really well across that line from top to bottom there. And then again, anything like all of them are the same height when they're turned vertically, so it's just kind of be one of those things. So that's good to know for mini. Just for kicks and giggles, let's take a look at slightly bigger, because sometimes some of the bigger sizes actually have things that fit even better. So just for funsies, let's take a look. So since we're in the pastels, actually I want to do something brighter. I feel like I can't see this. Let's do a brighter color, like maybe like pink or maybe blue. Let's go with blue. I just want something like a little bit brighter because I feel like the pastel is a little hard to see because the paper is not white. It's like yellow, which you can definitely tell when you look in between the boxes. Okay, so just for kicks and giggles, let's try some sizes from the classic size. So again, these smaller boxes are going to be just fine. And these would be better too if you have bigger handwriting. The mini is definitely made for people that have smaller handwriting and or are just using a smaller planner. So if you can't write that small, you know, obviously that's going to be a little bit more of an issue, but this is that same box, right? It's that same size, but classic size. So there's that one. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit 2 boxes in one this time. So we're going to kind of have to go down, but here's size 2. And this one actually width-wise fits really, really well. It's a little short, but it actually fits, sorry, not width, height-wise. It fits pretty well, just like half, again, less than half a centimeter difference. So that one actually fits pretty well too. Now I know the third size, after seeing that, I'm like, the third size probably will be a little too big. It's going to be too tall and kind of start getting into the other spaces. So good to know. And then we know that square is basically going to do the same thing. It's going to be too tall because it's even taller. So again, just kind of a vibe. Now I'm curious though. Curious how well. Stop. I knew it. I was like, I bet you this one would go over 3 boxes. This one goes over 3 boxes perfectly. So say you're gone for an entire weekend, Friday through Sunday. Look at that. I know it's hard to see like this line because I covered it up over there, but here's that line and there's that line. A full box fits really, really well over 3. So if you have something where you're going somewhere, see, this is what I mean. Like sometimes there's sizes that'll work, whereas I don't think that'll work with the mini. So hold on. Now I gotta go look. Now I gotta try. I'm like, let me just try something. Let me see. Because I'm like, maybe this one would be 2, but I think it's going to be a little bit too short for 2. It's going to be too tall for 2, I mean. So that's like what the mini vertical would look like compared to the classic size. So the classic size is perfectly for 3, so that would be great for like a weekend. Good to know. So just different things like that are kind of fun to figure out. I think the double wides are the same height, so that double wide would actually take up that whole space. I'm not actually going to put it down, but I'm going to hold it up so you can just kind of see. So if I were to put this down, it would take up that whole space and kind of go into the crease a little bit, so you would have to put it over here, but you could block that whole thing off pretty well with a double wide classic size in there. So that's definitely good to know. Noted. Okay, I'm curious what a double long, because I feel like that would be like the next size that's kind of close-ish to the mini. I know triple long would be too long, so we're not even going to bother. Triple long is bigger than what this even has. Okay, so that's a pretty good size for in there. So if you're wanting to draw attention to that. So I feel like those are the only sizes I would do in there. This one is great. And then, of course, the smaller 2 sizes of classic size would work great. And then these 2 are more for if you're okay, if there's a little overlap and that kind of stuff. Okay, now, last, let's just do big. If we're just going to do it all, let's just do big. Why not? Go big or go home, right? So let's try some big on the next page. We're still in 2024. It doesn't matter at this point. Okay, big. Now I think this is where we're going to see struggle, which is okay. Okay, so here's that first size. So we have first size in the big. If my camera will focus. Here we go. Big, and then we have it in the classic, and then you have that in the mini. So you can see kind of the difference between all 3 of those. And then we have, we get there. We have our second size. The second size is pretty much perfect. It's like the teeniest, tiniest bit too big. You can kind of see just like the teeniest, tiniest, but that one actually is like perfect height for the most part. And then, so then we know again, the third size is going to be too big, which we just know. I'm not going to put that one down because we just know. I want to see what the vertical box looks like, so that's why I'm skipping it. And then, oh, but maybe the square. Would the square be enough for 2? No, the square would be ever so slightly. You can see down here, there's like a half centimeter, a little bit too big. So that's good to know. So, but I want to see what the full box looks like. Let me see. I haven't used this color a lot. No way. Okay, so full box we're going to try. Okay, so the full box for the big size does go over the 3, but it also goes into the 4th box. So classic size was definitely better for that. Sorry, I have the hiccups. Shocker. I'm curious to see, like, is this basically that grid size? Stop, is it? I gotta know. I'm going from line to line. Okay, no, it's a little short. Okay, well, it was worth a shot. I was curious to see if that was like the same, because maybe you don't want this whole thing to be a grid, but that's actually really not bad. So maybe if you don't want the whole thing to be a grid, and maybe you want to lay down and you want something white underneath, so that way you can maybe put clear stickers there or something, that's a good option. It's a little, like you can see, it's just like ever so slightly too short on the sides, but for the most part, I feel like that's fine. Okay, we're about to do some layering. Sorry. I shouldn't have done that one, but I really wanted to see. Okay, but this one would be too long. It would go over, so I guess we won't put that one down. We won't waste it like that. This is for science, you guys. We're doing science right now. Okay, so that is kind of just so you can see how different size stickers fits in this type of planner. So that's kind of fun. So mini is definitely going to be the best. This triple long vertical one is great for over here. And then these like smaller 3 are definitely going to be great. And then of course, if you're okay with layering, the bigger sizes are totally fine. And then in the classic size, the regular full box was perfect. This one was almost perfect. It's ever so slightly too short. And then of course the smaller sizes are great. This one I feel like looks great. And then last we have are the big sizes, and I feel like the double wide really works well for this side if you're wanting to kind of cover up some of the graph line. Like maybe you don't like the graph line and you want to be able to get rid of that. A sticker is a great solution. And then this one was a great fit. And then of course, again, the smaller, and we didn't do some of the other sizes that we just kind of knew wouldn't fit. So just wanted to take a moment to kind of show you what different size stickers look like in different planners. This is a Hobonichi. Is that how you say it? I hope I'm saying it right. Hobonichi. I don't know. I freaking love this cover. Maybe I'll play. Let me see. Like, where are we at? How far into this are we? So this was, okay, here we go. So where are we right now? We're somewhere in April. So let me just find April, and we'll just stick it over there and kind of go with that. So look, I had all that. I can experiment over here, and maybe I'll play around with this. I'm so curious. But I'm also so curious. I always see people complaining about thin paper. Like, I always see. But I also know a lot of people like Hobonichi planners. So let me know down below, like, do you just like this one because of the size, and you kind of just are just like, I just kind of get over the fact that the paper is super thin? Because I know if you write on anything in here, it's going to shadow through. Like, this is like thin paper. So somebody explain it to me. I'm so curious. I'm so curious about it, because I know I feel like I see more comments anywhere, like in any planner groups, about paper being crappy and like thin and shadowing through. But I also know a lot of people love this type of planner. So I'm just let me know. I'm learning. I don't venture that much outside of Happy Planner. So I'm learning, and I love to learn about different types of planners and what people like to use, and just seeing that. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful if you are using a small planner to just kind of see how stickers would fit in it. If there are any planners that I haven't done before, again, make sure to go check out the playlist to make sure that I haven't already done a planner. But if there are any planners that you know of that I haven't done this experiment with before, please let me know, because I'm all for trying and experimenting and just kind of seeing how my products fit in other planners. But anyway, this sticker book, the mini pastel vertical boxes, releases tomorrow. So make sure that you set your alarms and you're ready for it, because this is a great staple. It's going to be so fun to use, and just not just small planners, but even just bigger planners too, because I feel like the sizes in here are very unique, and sometimes you need like a little bit of a different size in a different planner. And I do kind of show what mini stickers look like in one of those videos too, so definitely make sure to go check that out if you're curious to see how mini vertical looks in other planners. Definitely go check out that video, because I do have a video. I think it's part of the Happy Planner videos that I did, so definitely make sure to go check that out. But there you go, guys. I so hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope I'll see you in my next one. Bye.